Hey, third graders, welcome to Science. Today is Wednesday, the 6th of May. So let's have a quick flashback of what we've been learning. Last week, we finished up our last forces lesson. We were able to explore more about magnets. This allowed us to be able to look at the different types of magnets and how we can use magnets. And we were able to look at different experiments with magnets in them. Today, our target is I can answer questions based on my understanding of forces. So you might be wondering, what does this even mean? Well, you're about to find out. So what will we do today? We have learned several terms, observed experiments, and gained knowledge about forces in the past few science lessons. This week, we will do a quick recap of all forces lessons. Then you will complete an assessment to show what you know. So let's go over what a force is. A force is a push or a pull on an object. We then learned about unbalanced versus balanced forces. An unbalanced force is a push or a pull that creates an object to move. So unbalanced force, for example, could be if someone was doing tug of war and there was one side that had a lot of people that were really, really strong and one side that didn't have a lot of people. The force would be that the people on the one side who has more people will pull all those people on the other side. So that creates movement in the rope to move. In a balanced force, there's equal amount of force that keeps the object still. So this means that two forces that are the same strength but act in opposite directions. So remember, with forces, there are two things that act upon a force. It is strength and directions. Those are the two things that all forces have, strength and direction. So what about motion and friction? Motion is the process of an object moving or being moved. Patterns of motion is a repeated motion. So it's a motion that keeps going or continues. So this could be like a swing, or if you're doing jump rope, it's a motion so when you know when to jump. Friction is a force that causes an object to slow down. When friction is applied to an object, it creates heat. So think about when you have your hands and you move them back and forth really fast, it creates that heat. That is friction acting upon your hands. So let's quickly review our target, which is I can answer questions based on my understanding of forces. So we were just able to do a quick recap of what forces are, and we went over some important vocab that dealt with forces. We've learned about forces for about 4 weeks now. So now I want to quickly go over what you're going to be doing today. So today you'll be answering questions in an assessment just like this. It'll look exactly like this. Your job is to write your name. So always write your name. I'm going to write mine. And then you need to press this button next. Then you'll answer each of these questions. The first section is called unbalanced versus balanced forces. So this will be about unbalanced and balanced forces. You'll answer these questions to the best of your ability. So if it says what is a force, you need to type what you think a force is. We just went over it in this video now. Then you'll do multiple choice questions and answer them to the best of your ability. Once you're done with this section, you're going to press this button next. It'll bring you to another page. On this page, you'll be talking about motion and friction. So you'll answer these questions and make sure you write complete sentences in these fill in the blank spots. It's asking you why, so make sure you explain your answer. Then you'll press the next button, and then it'll bring you to magnets and static electricity. We learned about static electricity about 2 weeks ago. So static electricity, you want to think about what happens when you have two objects rubbing against each other. So you'll answer these questions to the best of your ability. You'll choose which one for this one, and you'll pick which one will fill in the blank for this question. On this question here, when you see boxes, you're going to choose all of the ones that apply. So all the ones you think are the correct answer. It can be more than one. So it could be 2 or 3. And then make sure you write me your biggest takeaway. So that means what's one thing you really learned from these lessons in the forces unit as a whole. And then please make sure you press the submit button. The only way I can see your answers is if you press the submit button and when you click the mark as done button in Google Classroom. So once you press submit, you'll go back to Google Classroom and mark the button, mark as done. Be sure to press that as well. All right, friends, so that's your target today. You're going to answer questions based on your understanding of forces. You're going to try your best to answer all the questions. And if you need to go back to look at the old videos to help you answer any of the questions, you may. So now it is your turn. You will now answer the following questions to the best of your ability. This will show me how much you have learned about forces. You guys are going to do such a great job. I'm wishing you guys so much luck, and I can't wait to see what you've learned so far. Next week, we'll start to learn about a new topic. All right, friends, I'll talk to you next time. Great job.